appreciate you all being here. There's a lot of information that we will cover this evening, but you will see it over and over and over again because we want to make certain that everyone is on board and they have transparent communication when it comes to the reorganization of Petersburg, the direction of Petersburg, the priorities that I've seen in the division that we really need to make certain that we focus on. So before we begin, I just want to introduce myself to you all once again. My name is Dr. Tamara Sterling, Superintendent of Schools for Petersburg City Public Schools. And I have a couple of things that I want to share with you because it's very important to me that we continue to build relationships as we continue to embark on this journey. And so I'm going to share a little bit about me, if that's okay with everybody. Let me see how many people we have on already. Okay, we're up to 90 people, so I think we'll be at 100 soon. So I'm going to go ahead on and get started. Next. All right, a little bit about me. I know this is not traditional on how you start a conversation, especially since I've been here for about 4 months, but I want you to know a little bit about me and my background. I'm a trained transformational visionary leader and very much dedicated to providing a high quality personalized education for all students. That is my goal, that is my passion. I love being a change agent. I love seeing the possible in the impossible. And there's so many opportunities at Petersburg City Public Schools that I am so excited to be able to be one of the decision makers to ensure that all aspects of our division has the appropriate attention that it needs so all of us can thrive, our students, our employees, our parents, our community. It is very important that we look at a holistic view. So you need to see a holistic view of Dr. Sterling. I taught middle school. I am a certified special education teacher. I am certified in 4 different states. I also taught high school as a special education teacher, loved it, department chair, the whole 9 yards, absolutely loved that. I was also a high school principal. I never did middle school, but I did high school, and my high school consisted of 7th through 12th grade. So I have touched all areas when it comes to that. Also, I was the director of secondary schools right across the shore in Accomack. I don't know if any of you all are familiar or have been to the shore, but it's a beautiful area just across that huge Chesapeake Bay Bridge. You may need to go visit because it's absolutely beautiful. And I come to you as an experienced superintendent for the last 5.5 years. I'm originally from Jersey City, New Jersey, very close to Newark, Bayonne, some areas, some of you know that. But I've lived in Texas, Rhode Island, and Chicago, Illinois. I attended for my bachelor's degree and had an amazing experience at Texas Southern University. I majored in speech and history. Many of you that I run into and have conversation know that I have an extreme passion for history because it's connected to literacy and reading. And I absolutely love that. I received my educational leadership degree from Prairie View A&M, which is right down the street on 290, another HBCU. And when I lived in Rhode Island, which is Providence, in the New England states, I started my doctorate. And that's where I received my doctorate from the University of New England in transformational leadership. So that was a wonderful experience as well. My hobbies, many of it, Dr. Sterling, what do you like to do on the weekend? What do you do in your downtime? Well, I love to travel. Number one, anytime I can get on a cruise or vacation or sail to the Caribbean, I absolutely love it. I love watching international movies. It doesn't matter what it is. I will read the subtitles for all international movies, and I'm a big movie buff with that. I love reading. That's become a part of my life. So I'll probably finish maybe a book a month. If it's a really good page turner, I can do actually 2 in a month. And I make certain that I spend time reading things about my profession as well as leisure reading. this is a little known fact about me. I love listening to light rock because I like meditating. It's soothing, and I grew up with it. So that's something that people say, light rock, but I absolutely love it. And interior designing. I guess that's a part of me as a change agent, seeing things one way and flipping it and looking at it in a totally different way. So that's another thing that I like. Organizations that I'm affiliated with, I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm also I'm a board member actually for Thrive HBCU board member. And I'm also a part of the Boys and Girls Club as a board member in my former district and a board member for United Way. And those are very, very important organizations to me, especially as well as the YMCA. I attend Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church, and I have 3 beautiful children. I know I don't look like I have it, but I do. 3 beautiful children. One is 32. So, Dr. Sterling is up there in age, but I'm still moving around and kicking and having an amazing time. So that's a little bit about me. Next, let's talk about Petersburg City Public Schools. Petersburg City Public Schools, we always talk about the Petersburg Promise, the Petersburg Promise. And I always said, what is the Petersburg Promise? But nobody could tell me distinctively, what is the Petersburg Promise? So when I was thinking about how do I communicate the vision and how do I communicate what I see, for Petersburg through my mind's eye and through evaluating and looking at different departments in the division, I came up with a couple of key words that I believe is the Petersburg Promise that I will be guiding myself in the work that I do. And hopefully, if you continue to really be excited and take this journey with me, you will have this same vision and support for these particular areas that I think are extremely important for us to continue to thrive. First, it is, can you please put that up? It's positive. Positivity. Positivity is extremely important. We come to work every single day. We do what we love every single day. So we really should have a positive environment to do it in. And when I think about positivity, Petersburg students will continue to support, Petersburg will continue to support providing children with positive engagement opportunities to cultivate lifelong learning. But I want you to also substitute students for employees. I really want to have our employees have a positive experience when they come to work. I was talking to one of the employees, and I just asked, how was your day? And she said, I'm really tired. And that really bothered me because I really want us to be inspired, not tired. When you come to work and when you at the end of the day, and if you're tired, that means you left everything out on the table. You took care of the kids. That is a good tire, but yet you still are inspired. And that is extremely important. And in order to do that, we must bring our A game of positivity from the central office team to the administrative team, even working with our parents. Positivity will get you a long way. So we're going to be focusing on that during this journey and making certain that you don't go home exhausted because you had an environment that you were in that maybe had some negative connotations. We need to be able to really target supporting a focused environment that is positive. Next, productive. Our vision is to ensure that our children are productive in and outside of the academic setting. Exposure, making certain our children have a multitude of opportunity to be able to explore, to have hands-on opportunities, to be productive. A lot of times I walk into the classrooms and our children are beaming, they are moving, they are engaged. And sometimes I walk in and they're just working on some things that maybe they're not as productive as they should be. And then my teachers unfortunately have a couple of discipline problems, but we want to make certain that we are providing our children with opportunities to be productive. And in order to do that, we need to make certain that we provide our teachers and all of our employees with the support that they need and resources, because my teachers would tell me in a heartbeat, hey, I need the resources. We have to do a better job of making certain if we want our children to be productive in the classroom, then we have to give our teachers everything they need to eliminate any type of excuses that they can't do their job. Because my number one goal is to make certain that we set our teachers up for success and our students will automatically be successful. So productive. So we have positive and we have productive. Next, let's all sit back and think about why we're here. Everything we do, every decision that we make must be purposeful. We were put in Petersburg City Public Schools to make an impact. It is very important that each and every one of you that touches the lives of a student, you are doing the work that is purposeful to you. And that automatically unleashes the passion. So when I think about purposeful, supporting every child to discover their purpose, it starts in elementary, and you all know my elementary teachers, my administrators that are on this call, when you ask a student, what do you want to be when you grow up? They pop their hands up. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a teacher. I want to be this. I want whatever they want to do. It is up to us to ensure that we make certain that we take that vision that our children are holding so dear in their hearts at that time and bring it to fruition. But in order to do that work, we have to know that when we walk through those doors, that there is a purpose for what we do. I know some days are going to be hard. I know they are. But I want you to really think 3, 4, or even 10 years down the line, what you do today will touch generations. And that is very important when you're thinking about the role that you play with our children. Purpose. Is this even my purpose? And sometimes we have to question and be reflective. But if you raise your hand and say, I was born to do this, I was meant to do this, then you were meant to change not just one life, but generations. And we're glad that you're here, and we're glad that you're on this journey with us. So we have positive, productive, purposeful, and next, prepared. Petersburg has some of the most prepared teachers I've ever worked with. And I am very proud to say that. And I will say that to anyone. You come to work prepared. So when we look at prepared in the Petersburg Promise, prepared, Petersburg students have a multitude of opportunities to be prepared for post-secondary and the workforce. We hear a lot about our students, a lot about what's going on in the community, but we have to make certain that we are writing our narrative. We are writing and reading and preaching our story. We have amazing students that have traveled all over, state award-winning students, athletics, forensics, anything you name it. Our students rise to the occasion. As long as they have the expectations and they have the support, our students have always been prepared. I don't know if you know it or not. I remember last semester, earlier in the semester in January, end of December, January, our students walked out with a number of awards for FCCLA, culinary arts, some of the most, and these are our career students who will be making an impact on the world. So when I talk about prepared, Our students are in high demand for our new pharmaceutical manufacturing. They are in high demand to attend Richard Bland. They are in high demand to attend Virginia State University. They are in high demand to attend William and Mary's and Virginia Tech summer programs. They are only in demand because the people that we have in front of them have ensured that they are prepared. Next, we value our professionals. And when we say we value our professionals, everything we do is about people. Everything we do is about people. We value our professionals, parents, community members, and various stakeholders. We appreciate the commitment they have to our success. But I'm going to take it back down to our teachers. I just want to talk about our teachers for a moment. I have met some of the most vocal and influential teachers in this division. I can walk into a building, they'll come up to me, they'll have transparent conversations, or they'll ask for something, and I'm looking at them like, whatever you need. You are the people that are on the front line. Very, very rare, I mean, seldom, almost next to nothing, next to zero. If someone tells me, especially a teacher, that they need something, that you will hear me say no. Now, I want to say that again. We value all of our people, but when it comes to the ones that are on the direct front line, and they ask me or they tell me they need something so their students can be prepared, or to do something purposeful, or to ensure that there's positivity, or to ensure that there's productivity, you will rarely hear me as a superintendent tell you no. That is my commitment to our teachers. That is the commitment that I have to the people that are on the front line. My administrators, they're amazing. They know as long as you have a plan, you got it. As long as you have a plan, you got it. And that's a promise. That's part of our Petersburg Promise. Next, engaging our parents. Supporting our parents through this journey is our #1 priority. Our goal is to provide resources and support to assist parents with academic, social, and emotional learning. Teachers, administrators, community members, everybody that's on this forum this evening, our parents are our first teachers. Our parents are the ones that make an impact on our students. Our parents are extremely influential. So we will be having more opportunities and provide more resources for our parents to be engaged partners, not just partners that sit at home and get the notes and oh, here's the report card. No, we want you inside the building. We want you to have a glimpse of what's happening in the classroom. We want you to be trained so you can support your child to be successful as we move forward on this journey, because the expectations, being extremely transparent, have doubled. Have doubled. If you thought they were at 50, they're now at 100. If you thought they were at 25, they're now at 50. I want so much more, just like you do. But in order to do that, we have to have our parents buy in to the amazing frontline administrators, bus drivers, nutritional staff, all the employees. We have to have our parents say, I am making certain that I send my child to Petersburg City Public Schools, and I am a partner in this work. I just don't send them. I am a partner in this work. And we will be making certain that we have multiple opportunities for our parents to engage in this work as we move along this journey and have our students go higher and higher and higher. As you may know, or you may not know, that our middle school is moving to an early high school model. That means we're expecting more. We're opening up pathways for our children to do more. We're opening up pathways at the high school to have their own early college. So in order to do that, we have to have our parents on board and they have to be engaged. And we will be providing professional development, support, resources around the clock so our parents are comfortable coming into the school setting and working with everyone that impacts generations to come with their children. All right, so we have prepared people and engaged parents. Well, Dr. Sterling, as you walked around, get this a lot, as you walked around Petersburg, what are some of your priorities? And I say, okay, well, let me put that down on paper. And there were a lot, but I had to narrow the focus because we can't do everything. We can only do what we have control over. And one of the things that I truly believe is our number one priority is literacy. From pre-K all the way up to high school, there is going to be an extreme focus on early literacy and writing mechanics. Many of you, and I really appreciate each and every one of you working with the superintendent's series with the books. Each and every month, our child will go home. Our students will go home. I'm claiming all 4,200 of them. Our students will go home with a book that was collaboratively selected by our administrators and teachers. We have books from pre-K all the way up to high school. Literacy, we all know, is extremely important. Learning how to read, learning how to critically think, learning how to analyze, learning how to write at the highest level is a top priority at Petersburg City Public Schools. We are doing a great job, but it's time to move to amazing. It's time to move to exceptional. We have the resources, we have the teachers. The expectations are set, and I believe we're going to make it happen. Next priority, increase STEM opportunities, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We have students that are so brilliant. I mean, they are amazing, but don't have the opportunities to engage at a high level with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So you'll see a lot coming to your school next year. You'll see a lot of activities. You see a lot of building opportunities. You'll see a lot of competition opportunities, and not just for students that are labeled gifted. This is for all children. And in Petersburg City Public Schools, all means all. It's nice that we have children. My own children are in the gifted program, but every child deserves a gifted experience. Every child deserves a gifted experience. And those experiences will be funneled through increased STEM opportunities that will be coming to each and every one of your classes. Not only will they be coming to your classes, but they'll be post-secondary as well as workforce readiness opportunities for our students to engage in STEM opportunities. So that is another priority that Petersburg has already started. I'm just moving it to the next level. Next. Building post-secondary and career partnerships. This is one I'm extremely proud about. It is the pharmaceutical manufacturing that's coming to the high school, and we're also pushing down medical sciences to the middle school. Just some introductory work at the middle school, but post-secondary opportunities. So many of our children are told, you need to go to college, you need to go to college, you need to go to college. Well, college, I believe, should not be something that we funnel our children to first. We need to funnel our children where their interests are. And if college is their interest, we need to make certain that they are prepared, that there is no There's nothing that stands in their way of getting into college. I've had an amazing experience. I want 100% of our Petersburg City Public Schools to move on to college if they choose. But if they choose to go into the workforce, we have to be able to prepare them to be successful, to be able to support themselves, to have a livelihood where they can move forward in this life. So it is very important to me, as it is, I'm certain with all of you, that we produce productive citizens. And that means that we need to make certain we have a laser focus on where do they go when they leave us. It's not enough for us to say that we have them pre-K through 12. What happens when they leave us? And for us to say, job well done, then that means each and every one of our students must be able to be confident about the pathway that they choose as they move forward with their lives. We've done an amazing job, but again, we're going to do an exceptional job. Next priority, behavioral management. Behavioral management. This is something that we've been grappling with for quite some time. And in the past few years with COVID, I believe it has made the problem sometimes unmanageable. When I think about behavioral management, I think about our students. I think that there's a lot of gaps in social emotional learning. There's a lot of gaps in anger management. There's an increase, an uptick in students that are depressed, suicidal. There's a lot of things that are going on with our children that manifest in the classroom. And we have to be able to create support plans and provide resources, not just to our teachers, but to our parents. We have to get a handle on our discipline. Some of the discipline is so egregious that I can't even allow, with my recommendations, for students to even go back to the classroom, but have to get alternative learning environments. But when that behavior starts to transcend to hurt teachers, to hurt adults, to hurt administrators, that is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. When children are hurt, we mediate, we work with them, we try to get through our behavioral management issues, behavioral issues, but sometimes it's not enough. But sometimes with our SET teams and our behavioral interventionists do an amazing job. But sometimes the behaviors are so egregious that behavior management, it continues to be a priority. And I'm trying to say this, I'm just going to say it in a way that is just authentic to me. When children hurt, I have a problem with that. When children are abused or targeted and bullied, that's a problem. But when teachers start to get abused, when employees start to be targeted, that's unacceptable. So you will see coming down the pipeline, working with the board, making certain that we have actual behavioral and discipline management plans that everyone can see, contribute to, support, and we're all on the same page day one. We all know what happens when a teacher gets abused or hurt or punched or verbal or mental. We all know what the rules of engagement are. No longer are we going to have teachers wonder what happened to the kid or why is the kid back into my classroom? Because students' mental health is extremely important, but so is the teachers. So is the employees. So that behavioral management is something that will always be on my radar. And it is something that we're going to try collaboratively. New ways, new strategies to get a hold of it, because the way we're going right now, we cannot continue. We cannot continue. And for some, I hope you don't think that I'm being negative, because I see every last discipline concern that comes across my desk, and it's over the top. It's over the top. So we need to get a handle on that. And that's part of the promise. Next, employees. I've talked about this over and over and over and over again. In order for us to go to exceptional, outstanding, monumental, paramount, we have to invest in our employees. We have to listen to our employees. I had, to name a few, I have employees that have come to me about the calendar. We changed the calendar. We had mental health days in our calendar. Then I had employees say, I voted for the calendar. It was better than the last calendar, but I still don't like it that we get out on the 20th. So we made the recommendation to change it back to the 14th. So June 14th is the last day, because that's what you asked for. And we responded because it made a difference to our employees. And that is the type of leader that I'm going to be for this community. It's not enough just to listen to the employees. We have to be responsive. One of the other things that we are working on, not telling you we have a solution right now, but we are working on. I had a group of two young ladies who are absolutely amazing from one of my elementary schools. And they said, well, our day is long. We are working outside of our contract hours. The buses don't come until this time and until that time. So I said, okay, I listened. I said, well, let me see what we can do about that. So we pulled everybody together and said, let's look at this, because obviously we're going to have to hire more bus drivers, because the way the routes are now, the teachers are working a longer day and they're exhausted and they need their time. So my deputy Sue, who's absolutely amazing, said, you know, Doc, let me get with the supervisor. Let's see what we can do. And let's make certain that we plan that for next year, because a contract is a contract and a contract should be honored. And if this is what you agreed to do for us, 7.5 hours of the day, we need to honor that. But we also need to let you know that we're doing what we can to make certain that we have the staff that's needed to make certain that contract is honored. So my goal is to ensure that those long work days start to become shorter, so you can have the time back. You can have the time back that you worked outside of your contract hours. I can't do anything this year. I'm so glad that we have teachers that are patient, loving, and caring, that will stay to support the buses, but we are going to do what we can to ensure that we honor that contract. Something as small, which I believe is huge, duty-free lunches. We need a duty-free lunch. What's going on? I'm like, well, don't you already have a duty-free? No, we have to sit with our kids. So the board members pulled me to the side and was like, hey, what can we do? So that is going to be granted, to make certain that we have a duty-free lunch for our teachers. I know I talk a lot about our teachers, but our bus drivers who I met with as well, who is an amazing group, they made me laugh, but they had real concerns. And we need to make certain that we look and do everything possible that we can to ensure that our bus drivers, our nutritional staff, our ancillary staff are making a decent salary. We have to invest in our employees. And it's not fair that people that are driving, dealing with the same behaviors and working with our students to get them to school are some of our lowest paid employees. That can't happen. We have to support them. That has always been my goal and will continue to be my goal, to make certain that each and every one of our employees, is compensated fairly. It's only the right thing to do. So I can't tell you, oh, this will happen tomorrow, it'll happen the next year, but we're working on plans now to roll out something. I'm knocking on this table, but I'm praying at the same time for our employees. So those are just a few of the things that, I've ran across, and I've only been here 5 months. Let me see, December was half a month, November, I'm not even counting December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, 5 months. And a lot has happened. So I'm going to put this out to each and every one of you. If there are things that I'm sure I've missed, I haven't said everything, please do not hesitate to email me. Please do not hesitate to come see me at the central office if you don't pull me aside in your school. Please knock on my door. My door is always open to anyone that wants to talk about moving this division forward, or if you just have a concern. I'm giving you the green light to knock on my door and let's have a conversation, because I've run into too many employees that told me that they didn't know that they could come see the superintendent, which really saddened me, because I'm like, well, how do I know what you need if you can't come to my office? So I'm in central office, first floors. Come see me, email me, set up a Zoom. I'm very accessible. I mean, I have a lot of meetings, but trust and believe, we'll make it work. If you just want to, say, hey, I have an idea, or I have a concern, or is this something you can look into? And trust me, I will make certain I make time for our employees. Well, how will we get there, Dr. Sterling? Well, we will get there by collaboratively working with the entire city of Petersburg to support cultivating our students into productive citizens. So that's really what it's all about. All we're doing is pouring everything we have into our students to ensure that they become productive citizens inside, I don't know if you remember, and outside of our schoolhouses. All right, let's go to the next slide. How are we going to get there? When we talk about exceptional, monumental, amazing, paramount. Well, looking at the division and looking at the organizational chart, I said, I think we might be able to tweak some things to make certain that we streamline each department. We make certain that all of our employees know who they need to go to in the line of succession. So you all will know, if I need this, I go here. If I need that, I go there. But in some areas, when I looked at the original organization chart, I couldn't clearly see who answers to who who reports to who, how is this department being effective? So I unpacked the organizational chart, had a lot of conversations, and came up with a very similar, no, not really, a different organizational chart. Some things stayed the same, their names just changed, titles changed. So we're going to go through all of that. So you'll be the first, well, the second actually to see it. It was approved by the board and it will be posted on our website. So if you don't get something or you feel the need that you need to take a picture or whatever, it will be posted on the website. So you don't have to worry about that. So this is the vision for effectiveness, efficiency, and accountability. All right. If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. Come on, Miss Wyatt, you see me. There we go. Awesome. There. I love your hair. That's why I focus right on you. Excellent. Beautiful. I'm so glad. So glad. I know this has been a lot, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. All right, Apollonia, I got you. Thank you. All right. We're switching to the organizational chart. I can see it. All right, I hope everyone can see the organizational chart. Again, it will be posted to our website, but here we go. We have the new organizational chart, and the first line you see is Dr. Sterling. You have the board clerk, which stays the same. Instead of an administrative assistant, I'll have an administrative coordinator. Instead of a deputy, we'll have a chief of staff. Okay, names change. That's pretty much the titles have changed. And as you can see, we'll have, of course, which stays the same, a director of operations, a new position, which is the director of communications and public relations. That is going to be an entire department because there's way too many amazing things happening at Petersburg City Public Schools. And at this time, we have one person that really covers everything. But in order for us to get our community, our state, our nation, because we go viral, a glimpse and more experiences into what we do in Petersburg, we really do need an entire department to push that narrative out. Next, we'll have an assistant superintendent of finance, which is formerly the director of finance position, curriculum and instruction, and student services. And then as you can see, all of the schools will remain the same. Next. All right, so this just breaks down each department. I'm going to just pause for a minute. The chief of staff will be over all of these individuals, as well as myself. Next. All right, I just talked about the Director of Communications and Public Relations. This is the department. We'll have a specialist writer, videographer, community and public relations person. You'll have a specialist writer, communications and public relations, another writer, a specialist media TV programming. We're looking to go on our public access channel. So we're looking to actually have programming that you can turn on at night and look at Petersburg City Public Schools. So we're very excited about that. So not only will you see it on our website, you may have activities at your school that will actually make it to TV. So this is one of the departments I'm very excited to see grow and develop. Positions, and excuse me team, I just want to take a drink real quick. All positions that you see on this org chart will be posted to HR as well. So just keeping it transparent for you all that all of these are new positions and they will be posted. Next. Okay. All right, next we have the HR department. HR has about 4 people in it currently, and they need a whole lot more. There's a lot that happens in HR. HR gets bogged down with so many things that this department literally was understaffed. So HR now has a new position, which is a supervisor of employee relations, a manager employee expertise, the manager of employee expertise, a supervisor of talent employment services. And as you can see, all the supervisors will oversee all of the people that are under them. HR manager of benefits, you already know that's a huge position right there. They deal with benefits, FMLA, you name it, they deal with it. Many of these positions, you need to look at the job postings because they also will be advertised. Not that I'm trying to take you off from any of your buildings, but I'm just letting you know that they will be advertised. Okay, Mr. Jeffrey Soho, you were smiling over there. Yeah, that's right. I want you right where you are. All right, good job. Hello, Miss Bird. How are you? Trina Bird. Oh, there you are. I just love that smile. Even from all the way over here, I can see that smile. All right, we have again the Chief of Staff, and this is the Assistant Superintendent of Finance. Okay, they will oversee federal programs, the Director of Federal Programs, budget, purchase analysis, accountability specialist, and payroll specialist. All right. This is also the Director of State and Federal Programs. There's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, a lot. This department actually stayed the same. There was no positions added to this department or revised from this department, except the title for the director. Next. All right, let's look at curriculum. As you know, the title was chief. Now it is assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction, and they oversee all of these areas. One of the things I'm very excited about is to have a director of elementary education, and we'll have a director of secondary education. Now we have a director that does it all, pre-K all the way up through 12. But my vision was to break that down, to personalize it a lot more. So the elementary people will have, elementary administrators, teachers, people will have someone that they can go to that specializes in elementary education. And you will have a person that specializes in secondary education. That would be your middle school on up, which would include the Pittman building as well. So I am excited to be able to provide the employees with a personalized experience, because it's very hard to get one person. So you'll have an assistant sup that's over all of instruction, but then you have the director of elementary ed and the director of secondary that will tailor to the needs of each building on each grade level. I'm very happy about that. All right. And everything, oh, and then you will have the director. Remember when I talked about that STEM piece and how we're pushing that into the classrooms because all of our children are gifted? We'll have the director of programs and, accelerated programs in STEM. So that is a brand new position. Actually, it's a merged position. It's not really new because we have a coordinator of STEM currently, but now it's going to be a director position. So that will be a new position also that possibly will be posted to our website. Our director of elementary and our director of secondary will be posted to our website for applicants. All right, and the director of secondary, director of accelerated programs in STEM, this is their department. These are the people that they'll be over. So you actually have people that is not going to be pushed on the teacher. Okay, now you all have to do STEM activities. No, these people will support and come in the building, support professional development, collaboratively work with you all to have STEM activities integrated in your lesson. And just for the record, teachers, and this is, I really need to see all your lovely faces. Just for the record, we are not going back to a 12-page lesson plan. We cannot. I will not allow y'all to do that. We're going to stick with the modified. And if we have to modify it a little more, we're going to modify it a little more. But I cannot have you have all of your time mapping out 12 pages. That's ridiculous. Everybody hit the thumbs up button if you're with me. And the dumb, look at Jimmy. Oh, I have people where, Jana, Kristen, okay, all right. Green, thank you. All right, I have you. Thank Jessica, I see you. Oh, you be careful, Jessica, so I can jump in that car, all right? Be careful. We're not gonna go back. It's about our employees. Ms. Jefferson, thank you. I appreciate it. Look, hey, all right. You all are amazing, absolutely amazing. All right, Mr. Coleman, are we good? Jerome, all right, we're good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead on and move forward. So that is a resounding yes. Okay, what is that? All right, Miss Patrick, I love it. Thank you so much for that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you. Apollonia, you never put your hand down. So I'm thinking you thumbs up in about everything. So I'm gonna keep moving. Next, you have the special ed department, which is a huge department. But they will have a new position, which is the Assistant Director of Special Education. And this is all of the people that Dr. Manson oversees. It's a huge department, but it is definitely one of our top departments in the division. They do an amazing job. All our departments do a great job, but they do an amazing job. All right, next. All right. This is the Supervisor of Research, Testing, and Evaluation. They handle everything that deals with testing, all the scores. They make sure that we're in compliance. They make certain that teachers are trained, and this is their department. Before, they only had one school information system specialist. Next year, they'll have two because they run all of the data. They do the reports. This is a very important department. This department keeps us in compliance. Anything that deals with accountability, this department is the expertise. They are the experts and they have the expertise in it all. So this is the department that just will add a school information specialist. Next. Student Services, Assistant Superintendent, another title change of Student Services, and this is everything that they oversee. One of the things we talked about, behavioral management and safety, which I believe is extremely paramount. This, if you look at the second, the third tier, but the second person right next to the nurse supervisor, you will see, right next to the director of technology, you will see a director of security. We will actually have a director of security next year. Our goal is to ensure that each building, elementary included, has a security officer. Currently, we don't have that in our buildings, but we do want to make certain that all of our schools have an office, not a police officer, but a security officer in their building. Okay, next. And we're almost getting to the end. Okay, this is transportation. Remember, if you know anybody, please direct them our way. We want to make certain we hire at least 5 or 6 additional bus drivers. We do train, we do pay for the CDL license. So if you know anyone, please funnel them our way and we will definitely take care of them. Next, Director of Technology. This, the new position for Director of Technology is that we added an Assistant Director of Technology. So it's a lot going on in technology. Technology changes every day. So we want to make certain that this area is properly staffed. So you have a new director of technology that will come on board, that this position will be advertised. Next. Okay, and you have the supervisor of school nutrition. This department remains the same. No changes on this department. This department is amazing. Now let's look at director of facilities and operations. There's nothing new with this. It's the same as the last chart. So if you've seen the last org chart, this is the same one. No positions were added to this organizational chart. And is that the last part? All right, that is the last of our organizational chart. Remember, I know it went by pretty fast, but I want to make certain I value your time. I scheduled at least an hour for this webinar, and we have a couple of minutes left. Excuse me. She said I have one more. My assistant is helping me, but I want to ask her something. Is there any way that if you can hold on just a second, team. All right, what's going to happen is that we have a couple of minutes left. We have a couple of minutes left, but I want to say thank you. But this is a reminder, since I have you on this Friday. PEA is having a appreciation event. So I want to make certain that you're there. It's Friday at May 5th. What time is that? It starts from 3:30 to 7 p.m. So if you can get there, please check your email, check the website. But this is an employee appreciation mixer from PEA in collaboration with the school division. It'll have food, music, fun. It will be at the high school. So please, teachers, run on over there. I'll be over there. Bring your lawn chairs if you like. Enjoy a relaxing event. They've planned for this just for you. So please, administrators, everybody, please make certain that you come over there and have a good time. You're invited, as you can see, to Dr. Sterling's Paint and Dip, but this is a specialized invitation. Dr. Sterling, that's me, is inviting you, our new teachers, and this is for our new teachers. It's for our first and second year teachers, because I'm gathering data on what's working, what's not working, what do you need, what supports were you lacking, what supports did you have. It's for us to have a conversation, and that's while they paint and we dip. We're going to have refreshments, and it's going to be a really nice time. Music. We'll have, you'll leave with your nice art, but it is an opportunity for me to get to know our first and second year teachers. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but our division is a heavy proportion of our division is ran by new teachers. New teachers. We have about 136 new teachers. So having a meet and greet exclusively with them is extremely important. And then after that, I'm going to have another event that's going to be open to all of my veteran teachers, because your needs and the things that you want are a little bit different. So I want to make certain that I tailor my time to my new teachers and my veteran teachers. Anybody that's over 3 or 4 years old, you're my veteran teacher. So I'll be making certain that we have an amazing event as well. So those are some of the things that are going to be coming up. We also are, please look out for the date, because the invitation will be sent to everyone, because we will be having a wonderful, I mean, it's going to be absolutely beautiful teacher appreciation event. This is going to be our culminating event for our teachers. We're recognizing our teacher. What? Our teachers and staff. Thank you so much. I do apologize. Our teachers and staff, we will be recognizing everyone at this event, especially our teachers that have 5, 10, 15, 20 years of 20 years in teaching or have worked with our division or just in education. So please look out for that event. We are also going to be honoring our retirees. So please look out for that invitation, as well as my veteran teachers mixer. School Nurse Day, please don't forget, is May 10th. If you see your school nurse, please, 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 please honor them. They do an amazing job, and we want to make certain that you get that out to them. Make sure you get them something really nice and cute, because they do so much for us. Now I'm going to open it up for the next 5 or 10 minutes for any questions. If you have a question or concern or something you just want to put on my radar, can you put it in the chat box? If I can get to it, trust I will get to it. But if I can't on this call, if you can just kind of like leave your name, last name, or your school, or you want to email me personally, that's fine too, if you don't want to leave it in the chat box. So I'm going to turn it over to you all. It's your time. Any questions?
All right.
Let me see. All right. Please put them in the chat box. I don't see it. I just see nurse appreciation. I don't see it.
Okay.
You're welcome, Vera.
RSVP to, you have to RSVP to the PEA event.
And you have, yes, there was a question, do you have to RSVP to the PEA event? And that is yes. And for the new teachers, you have to RSVP for that event as well. Okay. I see gifts to teachers listed on your organizational chart. Where do special ed and LIEP teachers fall on the organizational chart? LIEP teachers will fall under the curriculum and instruction. That when I post it, you'll be able to see them under the curriculum and instruction. And SPED will be under the SPED department. You're welcome. Can change our name in SPED department from speech and language specialist to speech and, yes. Want to be speech and language pathologist. Absolutely, that's not a problem. I will make that change right now. Not a problem. That it is a professional license. You are exactly right. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? I have 124 of you, and I am captivated to know what's on your mind. Don't be shy. Just put something in the chat box. May 6th through May 12th is the Nurse Day, the Nurses Week. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for the information. As a new English coach at PHS, I love the focus on literacy. Thank you. And I'm excited. That is wonderful. We are so excited to have you on the team to support the vision. Okay, so she's sending me a question. Will fine arts have a representative, or will it just fall under, your representative will be under your director of elementary and director of secondary, because you are overlooked often. So that fine arts will have a representative and a seat at the table. Yes. And thank you for putting that on my radar. My secretary, my administrative assistant over special programs is sitting here with me. So we're going to make certain that we get that done. So I appreciate you putting that in there. The link for the PEA event, we put that in the chat box. So if you want to go have a great time, please make certain that you click that link and register. I'm going to be there as well. So some of you might just want to run up and say, hey, Dr. Sterling, I'm all for it. I'll be there for quite some time. Where will Title I math teachers fall? That'll be under instruction. And Title I and instructional specialists will have a personalized meeting with me this week. So you'll have a lot more information about what's going on with Title I. All right, anything else? Somebody, went too fast. Let me see. No questions for the good of the group, but thank you for taking time to, absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to get a lot of transparency because I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. And as you can see, I'm hoping you can hear, I'm not a traditional superintendent. You're going to see me. You can interact with me. I am going to listen. I am going to sit down with you because my mental health matters too. So I'm not going to carry a stress ball on my back. I'm not going to carry a stress ball on my shoulders, feeling like I can do it all. When I have intelligent professionals that'll be able to sit at the table, and that's everybody in this division, to help support, guide this vision and the work and decisions that I make. Just like someone said, hey, what's going on with fine arts? Thank you. We got to make certain we make that happen. I appreciate you putting that on my radar. Teacher Appreciation Week is May 8th through the 12th. Please make certain that you get there. Will there be support for librarians? Well, let's think about that. Support for librarians, I'm sure that's probably around resources and whatever else it is, but her name is Miss Moore, who's over special projects and programs. Miss Moore, can you please make certain that we schedule a meeting with the librarians? Because we need to do a face-to-face. Not a problem. So we can hear what their concerns are and see if we can get what they need. All right, in the org chart, I saw coordinator of student services, but in the job share, it is listed as supervisor, which will, I do apologize. The title that was approved was supervisor. So thank you for that. See, somebody's catching my mistake. Oh, absolutely, Gonzalez, no problem. All right, absolutely. Okay. Oh, that is great. Is that Stringfield Young? I love accelerated reader. Can we start the accelerated reader in Petersburg? All you have to do is make certain you send me an email and we'll have a conversation with your principal, but it's a part of literacy. I love accelerated reader. And it could definitely be a part of the superintendent's golden series as well. So I love it. I love it. If we can make that happen, let's get on it so we can plan for next year. Making certain that that's implemented for next year. Absolutely, absolutely. Somebody said, I second the accelerated reader program. Absolutely. Can student support meet with you, please? Ms. Jefferson, and if we have time in my schedule tomorrow, can we get that? If it's not, I'm going to try to squeeze you in this week. Absolutely, student support can meet with me. Absolutely. If I can't do it face-to-face, Ms. Jefferson, is it okay if we do a Zoom? I hope it is. I hope she says yes. Yes, she said yes. Okay, awesome. All right. I have talked to you all. I'm not going to take any more of your time because your time is valuable. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, if you didn't get in the chat, direct email me. Okay, in honor of teacher appreciation, will staff members be given a cake? I just want to make sure we have what is needed for our one teacher. I think they get a lot more than a cake. Is it possible to purchase Gizmo? We have Gizmo, an education galaxy for our student science. Who's asking that question? Stephanie, that's a yes. Direct message me and make sure I know what school that you're coming from, because that means you just need the license, but we have that. So I'm going to say yes to that. People, thank y'all. Stay safe. Continue to be purposeful and passionate and positive, prepared and productive for our students. And that last P that's overarching, and I hope I don't offend anybody, continue to pray, continue to manifest amazing things for this division, because we're going to get there and we're going to get there together. But we're going to get there making certain that our mind and our body is one. When we walk in and when we leave, we need to make certain that our mental health is a top priority in this division, because I'm going to make certain that mine is. So when I lead this division, I'm going to make certain that yours is too. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It was such a pleasure. And I feel like I might have to come back every couple of weeks just to give y'all an update. So if you want to join me for every couple of weeks, just sign on and I will just give you an update on where we are with this division. Again, thank you all so much. Look at Bianca. How are you? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Jessica, I see you. Everybody have an amazing evening.
Thank you, Dr. Sterling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Take care.
Mhm.